Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of TRF1, the rest is F1, where three mates waffle on about Formula One. We are starting the 20th episode and we've got with us Shaq, and I'm your host, Ham. We'll be doing the Qatar preview. So Shaq, how did you find the race there, buddy? How did it go?
Um, I would give it a 6 out of 10
Six, yeah.
because two. I think it was exciting, but there was like a lot happening off the track with penalties and stuff, and there
Oh
was
yeah,
not
quite a lot of
enough.
penalties.
Yeah, and not enough racing, so we needed more racing.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
same. If there too much of dramas that's been happening in Qatar Grand Prix, I'm gonna be rating it 6 out of 10 as well. But too much dramas, I would say. Like you've got countless penalties, you've got countless DNF. I've no idea what's been happening in the race, to be honest.
yeah. It was a
So,
early race for us, wasn't it?
uh,
3 a.m. Probably
yes,
the worst time that it could happen for us.
honestly, I do agree about that because I've I had to set up an alarm to watch the race.
Yeah.
And I was watching the Senna series before going to bed as well, so it was
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah.
completed it, but it was good. It was good. So let's get on to the Qatar Grand Prix. Uh, so where do we start? To be honest, we've got Verstappen, who was supposed to be on pole, had a qualifying penalty,
Yeah,
and he had to start from P2,
yeah,
and from there he won the race.
yeah,
To Russell, who's been claiming that he could have the victory if he was in the McLaren or the Red Bull car.
yeah. Big talks happening right now.
Yeah, I don't think the Verstappen win, that was a huge one. It's been a while since we've got Verstappen winning. Before Brazil, he had a huge drought, and he's back at it again. Perfect win, perfect thing to show that he's the champion. That's a beautiful race. But then this is the first win after being the champion.
Yeah,
So that's a good thing
yeah,
for him. That's a good thing
yeah.
for him.
That's
But
true.
then we've got Verstappen winning after the championship, but I don't think both of us are going to be focusing on that.
Yeah,
We,
yeah.
we are focusing on Joe winning. Sorry, not winning in points. Technically, it's a win.
It's a win for Sauber.
It's a win for Sauber because they have not seen a single point throughout the race, and we
Yeah,
can see Joe in points,
yeah, yeah.
which is something very rare. How do you think? How did you react when you saw that Joe was in points?
Well, I didn't get to watch the race actually because I was not able to get up.
Too well, mate.
But I did watch a lot of the highlights in the big like 30-minute highlight. Joe in points was very, very surprising. The first thing I checked was the result. Joe in the points was like something I did not expect. And when I saw that he was like pretty clear ahead of like Norris and stuff, I was like, okay, what happened to Norris? Um, but yeah, Joe, like Sauber's been terrible all year long, and it's been a long time coming that they've got some points finally, and it could have been a double points finish if Bottas didn't have any other problems with like the I think it was Albon's wing mirror that Bottas drove over.
So he's got two issues, which one was Albon's wing mirror, and the other one was a collision with Lawson,
Yeah,
where he slided into Bottas. I saw that race over there in which he was like literally right. He just swooped in.
yeah, he swooped in.
So yeah, so which was too bad, unlucky for Bottas there.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, like I actually saw half of the race, but then my streaming got I don't know, interrupted or somehow. Then I just went back to sleep. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I couldn't stay up longer. I went to sleep. But then I was there until the 27th lap, and there were multiple collisions and everything in that 27 laps. But there were safety cars and everything. So a lot of unfortunate racing incidents that happened. But then what I felt during the start of the race was I felt really bad for a couple of racers especially Colapinto, to be honest.
Yeah.
So he was nowhere close to the accident over there, the crash. Uh, so it was Hulkenberg who had the understeer, if I'm not wrong, and
Oversteer, yeah.
he went on to crash Ocon and then Colapinto.
Yeah, Ocon
So
and Colapinto both
Colapinto, yeah,
DNF'd.
yeah. Well, so uh, the unluckiest would be Colapinto because he was avoiding the whole scenario and he went on. But then, to my surprise, Hulkenberg went on to race. He just had a punctured tire and he went on to
Yeah,
race.
he lost
He
one
went,
full
he,
tire, yeah.
yeah, exactly. He just went in, changed the tire, and he went on to race. So I think the bad decision. What happened was the hard tires. Similar
Yeah.
thing happened to Perez as well. The hard tires were getting some time to warm up, so they were basically cold
Yeah.
during the race. So
And that's how
that is why,
Perez actually
yeah,
had
yeah,
the problem that he had.
ex- exactly. And Hulkenberg was facing the same issue. I
Yeah.
think the going for a hard tire and immediately starting off like that, I think was the bad call for both of them.
Yeah.
But then those were among the numerous incidents we've got. So I'm going to be naming everything. So to start off, we have got a penalty for Verstappen before the race.
Yeah.
We've got Hamilton with a false start. We've got Hamilton with a speeding in pit lane again. That's another Hamilton penalty. We've got Stroll in collision with Albon. We've got Norris slow under yellow flag. That is a 3 point for his license.
10-second penalty.
Yeah, and a second penalty. Yes.
Yeah.
We've got Lawson with collision with Bottas.
Yeah.
We've got Albon collision with Magnussen,
Yeah.
and Russell failed to maintain a 10-car length behind this safety car. All of them all of them got penalty except Verstappen, who had a great drop
Yeah. Just one
during the start
spot.
of the race, just one spot, but then rest of them had penalties. Hamilton facing two penalties, to be honest, was very unexpected. Uh, just due to that reason, and he has another issue, which was he had a punctured tire.
Yep.
Both
And
Sainz and
Science as well,
Sainz
yeah.
as well, but then Hamilton had the penalty which he had to face, and all of it caused him. Caused, to be honest, I gave him the worst driver for
You
this
gave him
race.
the worst, yeah.
Yeah, I gave,
That's fair enough.
yeah, because
He seemed very very
yeah,
down, so like
he was
unmotivated.
upset. He was upset with Qatar Grand. He actually wanted to retire the car. The
Yeah.
team didn't allow. So
Yeah.
he was like, "I'm just gonna come in and turn off the car." And Bono was like, "If you want to get a 5 second penalty or something for the next race, you go ahead and do it."
Yeah.
It was actually told in the race, and Hamilton was not satisfied or was not happy. But then I would blame it on Hamilton for the false start and the speeding in pit lane. So I think that was purely Hamilton's fault there. But then I think the speeding in pit lane part was either he didn't get a chance to brake. I don't know. I didn't see that part yet. So it's totally a Hamilton fault. It's,
Well, he was in the pit lane and he was going normally and then he kind of started to speed up and then he
Yeah.
braked really hard and he brake checked Norris, and then he started to go normal pace again in the pit
I
lane.
he, yeah,
So
I do remember brake checking
it
Norris.
was very clear. The very clear penalty. He
Uh,
deserved it.
yeah, exactly. Who do you got as your worst driver?
I got Lawson. Um,
Ah, to
V-carb in general was not very good, right? So
yeah.
Lawson, he had a collision with Bottas, like you said, which was I think 5 seconds or something like that penalty.
Yeah. So 5 or 10 seconds,
So
I
yeah,
recall.
yeah.
But then it is kind of deserving because Lawson literally took Bottas out of the track.
Yeah, no, I
So
agree.
so
Yeah,
so
yeah, I
so
agree.
so, 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 so so Bottas is over here. Lawson was there. They were taking the turn, and then he just went in. So Bottas
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
just
yeah.
move away to avoid the collision.
Collision, yeah.
So
And
I think
yeah,
I think getting Lawson with a penalty is a good one because he has not been performing well in this race. He's dropped down from points. He's done a lot of mistakes in this race. So he was lucky enough just to be in the race.
he's
So
actually been
that's
not very good for the last few races, actually.
yeah, but yeah,
And
but
so
then
this is
now,
just another one to add to that.
yeah, exactly. And like you said, I've got Weekup as my worst team to be honest.
Yeah.
They did not have the race they predicted they would. Uh, so it was a very downright bad weekend for them. It is basically, I don't know what to say. They they had the worst race, I would say, because they have their they have a competition for the place for the
Sixth place.
sixth place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've got Alpine has ahead of them, so a
I
mistake
don't
like
think they can get sixth now. I think it'll be too hard.
yeah, I
I
think it's
think they're
too
like
hard.
10 points.
Unless and until they get a first place or second or no in the
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah, yeah. Something crazy.
But then yeah, that's a crazy thing to happen. But then that's bad.
Yeah.
And
I had
uh,
Williams actually. Pretty
oh
similar
yeah,
to Sal to Vika,
pretty
sorry.
similar stuff. But then like I said, Sauber Albon had a issue. So he was downright bad. He had
Yeah, so Williams
he
like Colapinto having a crash and then
yeah, that
Albon
was
being
unfortunate to be
that
honest.
was unlucky, but like that's like the
Yeah,
worst way to start a race. And then Albon was just really bad. He had a penalty with I think Magnussen. Yeah, he collided with
yeah, man.
Magnussen. So
Yep.
5 second penalty, and then he was just nowhere near the points and pretty slow, right? So
No, when
uh,
he was lapped. He was lapped.
yeah, and he also
He
said
was
that
lapped. He was lapped
there
for
was
him.
no chance to overtake apart from the start. So I think that kind of
No.
explains how slow the Williams car was.
Yes, to be honest, yes. But then we have seen other teams who has been trying to overtake. I just feel that Albon gave up a bit too early for this race with all the penalties and everything, and he had a collision with Stroll as well, which led Stroll in getting uh penalty and eventually retiring that. I mean, I don't know. Did he crash out? Did he retire? I have no idea.
He
But
retired the
then
car, yeah, I
it's
think so.
Stroll. It's Stroll.
I actually don't
What else do
remember.
you expect? Yeah, it's Stroll to be honest.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, we've got multiple DNFs this race. We started with
Five. We have
we've started
five.
with Oncon, then Colapinto, and we've got Hulkenberg, Stroll, Perez.
Yeah, it was
It's
unexpected.
it's unexpected. I did not expect Perez to be in this situation because he had a really good qualifying this time. Did
Yeah, he
not
made
expect him.
Q3. He made
Yeah,
Q3 for
he
once.
made it exactly, but he had a very bad sprint weekend. So I thought, with a P9 or P8 where he qualified, I thought he would have had a better race. But then, unfortunate thing for Perez. But Stroll, it was kind of expected, like either below top 15 or a crash. So the crash was
Yeah,
already there.
yeah,
Yeah, I think like Stroll in a Aston next year. I don't know why they're keeping it. Since his dad owns it, he just
yeah.
stays
It's,
there.
that's why. That's exactly why. I don't know why
Like,
they're keeping him for the purpose of winning, but in terms of like the money and stuff and like the connections and all
uh,
that stuff, they're obviously gonna keep him there.
the only connection he's got is his dad.
Yeah, that's enough.
There is nobody else. So I don't think like, I have a feeling they should give that seat to somebody who is more capable of getting them in points and consistent.
Yeah, I mean
Not
that's
somebody like
definitely not gonna happen, but we can only
yeah,
hope, right?
definitely not gonna happen. Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
gonna be there.
yeah,
Okay, moving on. I've got my best driver as Zhou Guan Yu.
yeah.
What a drive by him! What a drive! He's the driver of the day.
Absolutely,
He,
by
he has
far.
been waiting. He has been waiting. He has been consistent, and with a tractor like Sauber,
The
he got
green
got them in the
dustbin, yeah, the green dustbin of a car.
dustbin. He's got them in points,
Yeah, it's crazy.
which more than crazy, more than crazy. That was
It's,
amazing by Joe. Unfortunate for Bottas, he was right behind, but then he couldn't get to the points. That was a very unfortunate thing for him. But then, like you said, Sauber in points. That's a big thing. That's a
yeah,
big
and that's
thing.
why I had
So,
Sauber in my best team as
oh,
well.
yeah, that's great. That's great because
Yeah,
I have Ferrari for my best team because they are the only team to have
two cars in the
two
points. Yeah.
two cars in the points.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say this is such a mixed finishing order, right? Like you
Exactly.
got Perez, Perez a big car out of the top, out of the race, then Hamilton, not even in the points. Norris 10th, Gasly 5th, Alonso 7th, Joe 8th, all these cars everywhere. Like, did you expect
Yeah.
Piastri and Leclerc to be on the podium all of a sudden?
PSG and Leclerc, to be honest, no. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, that was no PSG. I did. Leclerc, I did not. I
Yeah.
expected PSG to
Leclerc
be
you
on the
actually had as
podium.
a bad drive, right?
Yeah, I had Leclerc for the bad drive.
I don't think
I
that
did not.
engine penalty was ever gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. We were just
Yeah.
assuming that it might happen.
Actually, let's let's
Yeah.
let's bring up the constructors. 21 points difference now.
Hmm.
Can Ferrari win? I know I'm wearing the hat,
Yeah,
but
but
do you
then
do you
can
think
Ferrari?
they can win?
Okay, I've got another question. Okay,
Okay.
Ferrari win is a like it's a common question. Do you think McLaren is gonna bottle up the final race in Abu Dhabi?
No,
Are
I
they
don't
gonna
think so.
choke?
I don't think
Are
so.
they gonna choke?
No, 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 no. If Norris chokes, I don't think Piastri will though.
Okay, so
Like Norris
they
could choke, but Piastri, I have my
if,
doubts.
if Sainz and Leclerc are P1 and P2,
P1, P2, yeah.
and Norris chokes like how he did this time,
Yeah.
they're gonna lose to constructors.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
That's
gonna
true.
lose the constructors.
But again, it depends on Piastri. I think we said it before the video. So if Ferrari finishes one and two,
Hmm.
and McLaren finishes only outside of top five, will Ferrari be able to win?
I think they're gonna do everything to make that happen.
I don't know. I think you're dreaming a bit big there.
Nah, I know. Imagine Ferrari winning a
I can
constructors
imagine Ferrari
championship.
winning. I don't think McLaren would bottle it though.
Imagine like okay, I'll give you a speaking of which, we were just focusing on Ferrari and McLaren. Did you notice there has been a fight going on between Norris and Leclerc for P2 in the constructors?
That's a good
Driver's
point.
transfer.
That's a good point. It's like
They,
8 points or
yeah,
something, right?
exactly,
Oh, that's
exactly.
gonna
So
be close. That one I will get behind you. I do think that Leclerc could actually get that second place.
okay, I think that is the thing that McLaren, no, not McLaren, Norris has to be worried about, and McLaren too has to be worried about it
Yeah,
if both the drivers don't perform well.
yeah.
So that is something we've got to focus on in the next race. And we've got a clash between Verstappen and Russell. They had a huge fallout. There's been a huge controversy that's been going on. Basically, what Max said is that he's lost his respect to Russell. That's a
Fair
huge
enough.
thing. That's
Fair
a
enough.
huge thing. That's a huge thing.
I can't blame him because of the way that, from what I've been hearing and seeing, is
Yeah, exactly.
Russell
He,
was pushing so crazy hard for
ap-
that
ap-
penalty
ap-
for
ap-
Verstappen.
exactly in the stewards room there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. This race is over. You're done. You're dusted.
Nah, before the race, like
Oh
Russell,
yeah,
like for the grid spot,
for the grid spot. Exactly.
Russell
Yeah.
was like going so like crazy
But
about
apparently,
like
but then
he
he was
really
not
wanted
on out.
Verstappen to get the penalty.
Yeah, but then he was not on a lap.
Yeah,
I
so
think
no,
it's the
none of
second out
them
lap.
they were all on outlaps and he got a penalty, which I don't think is right.
Yeah, I think that's not required. That's it's not needed to be considered as a penalty as well.
Yeah, I
But then,
think Verstappen should
but
have actually been starting on pole, but I mean, he got the lead straight away, right?
yeah, he got the lead straight away. He won, so that's a big thing for Verstappen. Four-time world champion there. Full-time world champion.
Didn't actually
Rep-
really expect him to win this time. I thought
Oh yeah, but we're seeing
with
the
the way
sprint race
with
behind.
the yeah with the
Yeah,
sprint
yeah,
race,
so
Piastri, Norris, and
have you noticed? Have you noticed what they were doing with Perez since he did not have a good qualifying? They were
yeah.
trying to test
So
new front
so
wings. They were
so
trying to test new front wings, which might be good for the race on Sunday. So I think that actually worked.
so actually, there was one thing is you know how he got overtaken by Colapinto in the pits.
Mm, yeah.
So apparently he was actually told to let him go
Oh.
so that he would get free air for the whole race. But then
Oh
I'm
my God.
thinking if he's starting from the pit lane, he already has free air.
No, what I think was let Colapinto go, then you follow him at the regular pace.
Maybe, but free air does not mean that you go behind Colapinto. It means you should be in
Uh,
front.
I have no idea why they did that, but then I think that provided them with a really good intel on the car. So do you do you think Perez is a lab rat for Red Bull?
Yeah, right now, absolutely. Because they know they're not going to finish anywhere except for third in the constructors.
The, okay, okay. There is one thing. Uh, so there was. Do you know who were the other teammates to have a driver champion winning driver? I mean, a constructor winning driver
Yeah,
in P1,
yeah.
and their teammate way below the points table. Do you know which when was this last happened between who and
I
who?
have no idea, but I will tell you one thing: Red Bull aren't even winning the constructors, so it doesn't matter, does
No, it's not the
it?
constructor. It's not the constructor. It is the drivers' championship.
Oh,
So the
drivers. Okay,
drivers'
so when the
champion
drivers
and
champion, yeah,
champion, yeah, and their teammate, just like how Perez is. So
yeah,
basically, the last time something similar happened, it was between Schumacher
yeah.
and Josh Verstappen.
Oh, really?
So
Where?
Schumacher, I don't recall which year
Benetton
it
or something?
was.
At
I
Benetton?
I don't rec I don't recall. I
It
just
wasn't
saw
at
it on
Ferrari,
Instagram.
right?
Yeah, was he in Ferrari?
I don't think
Was
so.
Verstappen in Ferrari? No, right?
I don't think his dad was in Ferrari. Yeah,
Ferrari, yeah,
I
exactly.
think it would
So,
have
but
been
then
Benetton.
Benetton, yeah, probably.
Let's fact
But
check this one.
You check the fact that, but now Perez has beaten it. Perez has the upper hand or something for this. He has beaten Schumacher and Josh Verstappen's record being the
Yeah, so it was 1994. Jos Verstappen was racing for Benetton, and
egg
Michael Schumacher won a
exact.
title.
Michael was P1, Josh Verstappen was P9.
Oh, what's Perez? Perez must be
Perez is
higher than that,
P10.
right?
P10.
No, wait, no, he's not. He's not. I think he's P8. I think he's P8.
I don't think so.
I think he's P8. Because I think Alonso is ninth. Yeah,
Alonso is 9.
Perez is P8, Alonso is P9, and Hulkenberg is P10. So yeah, Perez is.
Okay, so then just check where Josh Verstappen finished in 1994.
Yeah.
That is going to be a big one, though.
Let's see.
Then he would have finished
Standings
somewhere higher.
1994. Verstappen 10th. Yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
Verstappen 10.
He finished 10th, so
So
he
this is
he
second time.
his was worse, but it's not like
His
Perez has
was,
anything to be proud of.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because
But
if
that
we
is something
actually if we
similar.
check, he is only 90, or I think maybe 84 points behind, in front of Alonso.
Hey, okay,
Something
yeah.
like that. Something like that. Around that. I
So,
can't give you the exact number, but he's not very far ahead.
oh yeah, then that I think, yeah, that's the Qatar Grand Prix for you guys then. You've got new fun facts in and out of this as well. And that's the second last race of the season.
Oh
On
wait. Don't forget one more thing that just happened before this podcast that we
Oh
started.
yes, oh yes.
The news that has come out.
Ocon, Ocon
Ocon,
being replaced by Duhan.
yeah, Doohan is coming in for the last race in Abu Dhabi, so no more
Is
Ocon in
it Duhan or
Alpine.
Duhan?
Doohan, Jack Doohan.
Duhan,
Yeah,
Jack Duhan.
yeah.
I totally misplay. I mean, missed that. Oh my God. Yeah, he is out, guys. He is going to Haas. He's gonna start test driving Haas cars from
Yeah,
the ending of the season. So my Duan has a fresh entry
yeah, and
into the
they don't want Ocon to potentially screw them over in Abu Dhabi.
exactly. If he does, he is gonna give Haas a lead, which would significantly give a budget uppercut.
Increase,
I mean,
yeah,
increase for Haas, and Alpine is gonna get affected by that.
yeah,
So I think that was a good call by Alpine over there. You know, they've got to secure their future.
yeah,
So I think that was a good call. That was a good call by them.
yeah.
So I think that's it. One more race to go for the season. One more race to see Hamilton in Mercedes. One more race to see Sainz in Ferrari. We were gonna see one more race of Perez in Red Bull, but then Kit Kat had his back. One more race of Joe and Bottas in Sauber and in Formula One.
Maybe Colapinto's last one as well.
Yeah, exactly. Colapinto's last one as well. He has not been performing like he is supposed to be, and how they predicted he is going to perform. A lot of people are going to be moving around. A lot of things are going to be happening. But then, until then, we've got our Formula One's grand finale in Abu Dhabi Yas Marina circuit. That is going to seal the Constructors' Championship, which we have been looking forward to. Is it going to be Ferrari? Is it going to be McLaren? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Until then, see you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.